What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. I have been buried in Megaton content and prices updating, so I'm finally getting around to this video. The community is baby raging over OTS Pack 17, and with pretty darn good reasons. I do think there's some silver linings that are being missed in the conversation within this set, but Konami really feels like they're reaching and trying to get ahead of certain things rather than going into the metagame. Let's actually talk about the previous OTS Pack 16, which is one of the best tournament packs of all time, hands down. Forbidden Droplet is a competitive mainstay right now with a reprint on the horizon in Brothers of Legend. While it did miss the Megatons, at least there's a reprint coming. Then Cyber Dragon, the GX era fan favorites, Alter Art got ultimate rared finally, and Firewall Dragon did have people back and forth. It's an errata version of it still that is cheaper than people thought it would be, but we still don't have an easy access version of the errata that's just $1 or $2 for people playing those cyber stacks, and you have to carry a written translation or be able to tell your opponent the exact translation for Firewall Dragon. Luckily, we do have the new app from Konami for tournaments that you can use with your phone, but yeah, I still feel like this was a little, you're still stuck with only high rarity versions of that. Then we have really nice upgrades for multiple meta decks. You had Drytron, Virtual World, Tri-Brigade. We have past fan favorites like King of the Skull Servants, which was upgraded in Speed Duels already, and Cyberstein, which already had a secret rare, so not the best, not the worst, but 3 decks. And then you do have needed reprints for cards that are just old, that don't have a reason to be expensive, like Reptilian Hydra. When we got new Reptile stuff announced, that was starting to go up in price, so some not real misses overall. And even throwbacks like Mausoleum of the Emperor make a boomer like me happy. So with this OTS pack, we already knew Imperm and Blackluster Soldier of Chaos, and that right there was already going to be the split, right? When we talk about Imperm, this card being ultimate rared when we're so unsure if Konami's going to pull another card out of a structure deck, and now it's on the horizon. Will we get it? Won't we get it? It's just a couple weeks out after delay, and we already think they're going to pull Lightning Storm, right? Like, no shot that ends up in there after missing the Megatons. Will we get Imperm? It fits the theme, but here's an ultimate rare right here. I could see kind of that gotcha of, oh, I got this common Imperm or super Imperm from this structure deck. Oh, yours looks way better. I could see Konami's mentality with that being ultimate. I still think it's a 50-50 for ending up in here, but that so unsurety because Konami's toyed with the community so many times is why people feel a type of way about Imperm. I will say Gold Series was the first time also this wasn't short printed finally. It was shorted in its original set of Flood. It was short printed in Dual Overload. It was short printed in Dupo. The Gold Series was the first time it was not shorted, yet it still has gone back. Nobody's questioning if this is a good ultimate rare. It's definitely a good choice for ultimate rare. People just don't want to be robbed of that reprint, and right next to it in the set list is a card we've gotten robbed of a reprint time and times again, being Easy Access. This has now been a secret rare that has gone nothing but up in price over time, and now it gets reprinted in Ghost Rare, which is $150+, and now it's going to get reprinted in Ultimate Rare. All of its reprints are super hard access when people have wanted this card more as a status symbol or rogue deck than anything. Imagine if Avermax had gotten this treatment, a rogue fan favorite that fits into the Crusadia, Mech Knight, those kind of lore lines. Well, yeah, that's kind of what's happening here with a fan favorite card from Yugi's side of things, the Blackluster Soldier, and people really just want an easy access version of it. And we do have reprint sets on the horizon it would look nice on, but nobody's holding their breath for that. And then finally, Utopia just had a collector rare, and a year ago it had the Astral version. So putting it less than a couple months after the collector rare just seems odd. And this is not King's Copium from me. King's Court has plenty of collector rares that help the set out along with that Lightning Storm reprint. But when it comes down to it, this double dip reprint so fast into an upgrade where they waited a whole year for Stardust Collector Rare and then to put out the Starlight, all of a sudden, ulti again when we're not even sure if we're getting that structure on the horizon. All these maybes, these ifs, Konami's could do these things with that things, are really, I think, what's a huge part of the stink and feeling behind the anger with this OTS pack, because all of these are unsure to end up like, where's my structure deck? Will I get common imperm? Will I ever get an easy access Black Luster Soldier? That's kind of the head feeling of the top end of this OTS pack, and it doesn't get much better going downwards. Scrap Raptor, really nice upgrade. So many people wanted it at least to be holographic, but not be secret rare on release, because it would have probably been pretty expensive as a secret on release. But then where's Scrap Chimera? You clearly have your head in the game for Scrap Raptor commons, but then you miss the reprint we actually wanted here. And then for the insects, we did get Resonance Insect with a super upgrade, and this was getting multiple buyouts to where it was getting a bit ridiculous, and an upgrade is nice for it. But there's so many other things for B Troopers that are missing, like Quaggar Hercules, which is in 2 tournament packs. Would have been nice to be in another tournament pack for the ready fusion targets that the deck really freaking needs to play. Doom Dozer, another holo besides Ultimate Rare, would have been kind of nice, and this rare has been going absurd in prices, and it's so hard to even get near mint. And then as Tekapede of all cards, are we supposed to go back to Phantom Darkness or find Battle Pack 3 that was masked open for drafting under Konami's thing, where at first that didn't work out and now people miss it? Are we supposed to go get Phantom Darkness as Tekapeds? And it would have been nice to have an upgrade here too. So it feels like just that little one drop for B Troopers, and then you went for Insectors because you have the upcoming, Grand Creators with Insectors. We could have seen some more B Trooper love also. And then Great Emperor Penguin, I'm actually not going to argue this reprint. I think it was a nice one. Not everybody's going to be on the team for this, but it was getting buyouts ridiculously. It's only had 1 reprint, and I think it's just fine. People making fun of this, like, why is this in here and not Quaggar Hercules? This is actually an okay reprint. So here's my thoughts. Maximum Gold, El Dorado, as well as Brothers of Legends are on the horizon. Konami probably had more time to play with the OTS reprints because they wait a little bit, and this one really tried to seem like it was getting ahead of the ball because the OTS pack went for a lot of Zhang Zhan kind of stuff to mix in, like Worm, Tennies, that sort of stuff, and you have other reprints that I'm actually not going to feel like are too bad. But yeah, it really feels like they went to support Zhang Zhan the most out of this entire pack, and then multiple Utopia reprints too when people are nervous about a structure deck. But Yazi, hands down, solid reprint. Really nice to see in an OTS pack. Something I did not expect there. Then we have Dark Samorg. Dark Samorg actually wasn't the hardest to get, and it got support a while ago, so not too many things on the horizon, but I actually like this reprint being easy access in an OTS pack because we've seen it get much more expensive multiple times. Junk Synchron holographics, while they are there, it's never had a super rare, and these have been getting bought out to ridiculous proportions, so I actually really like the timing for a super rare Junk Synchron. Then TG Wonder Magician. It has an easy access one. I'll actually kind of clown on this because you just did it in Relentless Revenge not too long ago, and that really has never gone back up to ridiculous prices, so I don't feel like it needed any kind of preemptive reprinting. And then the tie-ins to the structure deck where we're gonna get the cards anyways. The Ultra Rare's under $5 for a holographic version, and maybe you thought it was gonna get grabbed off the shelves, but why do it beforehand? Like, it just feels weird to try to do preemptive reprinting versus what the community actually wants and hungers for. Like Power Bond, cool, it already had a super rare, but we know it's super hard to get out of DR4. I'll actually take that super rare, but a lot of missing the mark. Like I said, we don't know their plans for Maximum Gold, El Dorado, as well as Brothers of Legend. Maybe some of these reprints that we're complaining about missing, or all of them, are slated for these products as they've heard the cries for Scrap Chimera for so long, and maybe they want the OTS pack to tie into it, but the community is not holding their breath, and when the top end already revolves around missed opportunity or toying with the community right in front of their faces, and let's face it, Black Luster Soldiers is straight up spit in the face of the community, even if it's in Gold Series, doing this ahead of time just really feels like, you're doing this to us, Konami, once again. And then you try to ride in and say, oh, look, the reprint you all have been waiting for, like with Toon Kingdom, when you dangled it in front of us so long. The community doesn't like it. Just do it in a timely manner. Do it in a place that people enjoy. Support the tournament stores with more exciting reprints overall. This one misses the competitive mark for the most part. Like, Yazi's about it, and it's really nice to see in here, but usually there's a bit more going on for upgrades or the competitive community, and it really feels like they went for the corners of the casual community, which I'm fine with, but that's not what an OTS tournament pack really feels made for. That feels more like a Brothers of Legend thing or a Gold Series nod here and there. It doesn't feel like what a tournament pack, as we've known it and come to know it as, really should be expecting. But what do you guys think in the comment section down below? Am I in the community being too harsh? Like I said, I think Imperm's a great ulti. I think Yazi's a great reprint, but that alone doesn't make a tournament pack. And some of these choices just feel really weird timing with that reprint was so great, let's do it again. I really don't like how Utopia Lightning looks as an ulti, so I hope they handle Utopia himself a little better. I'll be looking at EU foiling versus USA. I know good old Arm Dragon level 10 looks way better from the EU. So I will be looking at those different foilings for ultis too, but there's some that I like. I like the penguin stuff, it's cute, but again, cute's not really the point of a tournament pack. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you at least enjoy the conversation and back and forth. Again, I have considerations overall, but I try to be as unbiased as possible. When I'm looking at other products, we know these have been delayed so many times that it's way too late for Konami to change that list. So whatever is planned, and they probably could reach ahead a little more with the OTS pack and have more time to play with it, as we know. So we'll have to wait and see how these two sets do turn out. But leading with this definitely has everybody more antsy and apprehensive, I think, than true angry overall.